Well, bonjour, good afternoon, and as we Aussies say, g'day. Today, I'd like to take you on a journey. Let's go to a place more than 15,000 kilometres away from where we are this afternoon. We're standing in a field, a paddock, we Aussies call it, a couple of 100 kilometres west of Townsville, the largest city in the north of our state. To give you an idea of distance in our vast state, Townsville is as far from Brisbane as Chicago is from Montreal. And you would have to keep travelling from Chicago to Wichita, Kansas, before you even left the most northern point of our state. Where we're standing, a mob of kangaroos, you might call them a herd, is nibbling on grass in the shade of some eucalyptus trees. Above them, giant wind turbines stand on a ridgeline, turning in the breeze. Off into the distance, literally millions of solar panels glimmer in the intense sunlight of North Queensland. The sun is so strong here, these panels work 30% more efficiently than they would work in Korea or Japan or Europe. Where I've taken you, a place called Kidston, the sun shines for around 7.5 hours a day over the course of a year. And the wind averages around 18 kilometres an hour over the course of that year. Beyond the ridgeline, there are two deep pits of an abandoned gold mine, its riches long since exhausted. But the energy from the panels and the turbines is driving huge pumps, sending vast quantities of water uphill from the lower pit to the upper one. And as the sun fades, the water will hurtle down again through those same pipes, driving hydroelectric turbines that will run through the night. Thanks to a company called Genex and the support of the Queensland Government, the Kidston Clean Energy Hub is progressing towards reality. For a state known for its thermal and metallurgical steelmaking coal, 320 megawatts of solar power across 2 stages, 150 megawatts of wind power and 250 megawatts of pumped hydroelectric power is a big change for our state. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Queensland. Queensland is the vast top right quadrant of Australia, encapsulating the outback, the Great Barrier Reef, the World Heritage listed wet tropics, and our subtropical capital, Brisbane. And along with the great city of Montreal, Brisbane, in the not too distant future, will be known as an Olympic city when we have the privilege and honour of hosting the 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Our state is also home to the 2 oldest continuing cultures in the world, our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land that we meet on today, as I acknowledge all First Nations people who join with us this afternoon. As the global energy revolution rolls out, Queensland is ideally placed to be in the vanguard of that change. Queensland is on track to contribute to our shared global objective of decarbonised energy markets and a cleaner economic future. Queenslanders see ourselves in a positive yet modest way as a leader within our nation, ready, willing and able to take our natural gifts and advantages like land, wind and sunshine to the world. Queensland is proud to embrace the challenges and opportunities of a future powered by green electrons. We were one of the first Australian states to announce ambitious climate-positive targets. We were the first in the world to appoint a Minister for Hydrogen. And with a recent change to our national government, we are now able to move forward in lockstep with our federal government to deliver a cleaner, sustainable economic future. We're proud to have in place a target to generate 50% of our power by renewable energy sources by 2030. We set this target 7 years ago when we entered government, and we are committed to reaching net zero emissions by 2050. Assisting us to achieve these targets is our state's positive balance sheet and continued investment in government-owned energy corporations. Supported by our government-owned corporations are now diversifying and investing heavily into renewable energy generation, storage and transmission. We have a skilled and talented workforce, a surplus of sunshine, wind and water, all complemented by world-class ports, long-standing and valued trading relationships and a close proximity to Asian markets. We are the gateway to the Asia-Pacific region. Later this year, our government will deliver a new energy plan for Queensland, plotting our journey from national to global leadership. This plan will be ambitious and robust. We strongly believe that embracing decarbonisation does not need to come at the expense of jobs or the economy. To the contrary, it presents the opportunity for our state to be the home of more energy-intensive heavy industries, including traditional and advanced manufacturing. We are gearing up to ensure Queensland is ready to supply the world with those critical new economy minerals that find their home in Queensland. Minerals like nickel, cobalt, scandium and vanadium. We want to manufacture the equipment our state and the world needs to tackle climate change while supporting our growing workforce to acquire new skills. By investing in renewable generation, transmission and distribution, by developing a renewable green hydrogen industry, Queensland will be able to deliver a reliable, affordable and efficient decarbonised energy system to our people and to help do that for the world. We are fast-tracking this through our $2 billion Queensland Renewable Energy and Hydrogen Jobs Fund. Since 2015, 50 large-scale renewable energy projects have been committed, commenced or constructed in our state. These projects, valued at $11 billion, will support almost 8,000 local construction jobs, most of them in regional parts of our state. Importantly, those projects will produce 5,774 megawatts of clean energy. That represents more than 13.8 million tonnes of avoided emissions each year. From a state that produced almost no renewable power 7 years ago, that's a great project. But we are just beginning. Large-scale pumped hydroelectric storage will be an essential part of that transformation. 3 weeks ago, in the recent state budget, I announced almost $50 million to accelerate work on a new regional pumped hydro energy storage project that will deliver up to 2.5 gigawatts of longer-term firming capacity. That budget funding will also allow us to investigate and accelerate the development of additional pumped hydro storage sites across Queensland. Through our Queensland Resources Industry Development Plan, Queensland will ensure we can meet the strong global demand for those critical new economy minerals I mentioned earlier, key inputs for the world's decarbonisation technologies. We're investing $10 million into Queensland's first common user vanadium processing plant in North Queensland. And we're attracting private sector investment that will find reliable, clean and affordable energy projects in our state. Our conversations with industry have been very productive, with partners eager to invest in renewable energy projects to meet their own ambitious objectives. For example, Australia's Fortescue Future Industries will establish one of the world's largest hydrogen electrolyser manufacturing facilities near one of the Southern Hemisphere's best commercial deep-water ports in the central Queensland city of Gladstone. This single project is expected to double the world's production of green hydrogen. We're also leveraging our growing renewables and emerging green hydrogen industries by working with global partners. We've established relationships with the United States Department of Commerce and Global Affairs Canada. We want to collaboratively advance trade and investment opportunities between our great nations. International companies are actively looking to partner with Queensland. Investment from major energy groups is happening, including with Japan's largest domestic hydrogen supplier, the Iwatani Corporation, who's partnering with our government-owned energy company, Stanwell. Consortium members currently working with Iwatani and Stanwell now include other Japanese companies such as Kawasaki Heavy Industries, Kansai Electric Power Company, Marubeni and APA Group. This is another demonstration of international confidence in Queensland's growing reputation as an ideal location for renewable hydrogen projects. I was also pleased as Treasurer and Trade Minister for Queensland to have announced a $150 million commitment to a new 10-year trade and investment strategy in our recent state budget. This will help drive and accelerate investment in key areas, including renewable energy. Our government is committed to creating and maintaining strong global partnerships to attract more investment to Queensland, but also to provide support overseas to accelerate energy transformation. Combining our efforts globally, including speaking at events like this, about our challenges and our goals, our achievements and our learnings, will help keep our nations accountable and on track to deliver a successful and effective global energy transformation. As I said earlier, welcome to Queensland. We look forward to welcoming you to our state in person and to working with you, no matter where you're from or who you are, so that together we can create a more sustainable and genuinely global energy future. Thank you.